Hello everyone, Parallel here, and welcome to Blade and Soul. Or should I say Blade and Ghoul. That's because the Halloween event started today, and there was also some patch notes with a new content patch dropping today. Let's go ahead and go through the patch notes, see what is new, and let's also take a look at the Halloween event and see what is involved and what the actual rewards are. Alright, so I'm here hanging out in Mushin's Tower with Yura over here. And let's go ahead and bring up the patch notes. Just give me a moment while I bring that up. There we go. And this is the Beluga Lagoon patch. And there is a little bit of new content and some excellent quality of life improvements. Some of those I really want to show you. They are quite impressive, and in particular the weapon upgrade path one. Wow, they did a nice job on that. But there's some other nice changes as well, and even some class balance changes in here. All right, so let's go ahead and go through. So first thing is the Beluga Lagoon. This is a 6v6 objective-based battleground that was just added. Just think along the same lines as Whirlwind Valley, basically. The interesting thing here is that it also includes legendary weapons and soul shields. So these are available from the Battleground vendor. And I'll take a look at these and see if there's any stats I can see. I haven't actually gone to the vendor yet to look, because I'm actually kind of curious. I'm not quite sure what the goal of these legendary weapons are. They're kind of considered an alternate path to the normal legendaries. They're called the Galaxy weapons, and I'm not sure what they are. Are they sort of PvP oriented legendary weapons? That's kind of what I'm thinking, more for PvP folks, since you need to, get a lot of the PvP based currencies from the battlegrounds in order to be able to get these legendary pieces. And there's also a legendary soul shield as well. So that is one major piece of content. And there is some more details. So yeah, there is, the Beluga Lagoon is a tournament is thrown every year by the Fishing Networking Guild. Okay, so it's by the Fish Networking Guild. That's kind of cool. The tournament commemorates the legendary horned white whale, whose horn is said to have the power to calm the seas and bring forth bountiful fish season. I'm assuming that is the beluga whale. Yes, it is similar to Whirlwind Valley. It offers a team-oriented PvP and objective-based environment, and there's no gear equalization. To me, that's a little bit of a downside. I know there are much better geared players out there than me, but I do prefer balanced gear. I mean, a lot of the arena PvP, all the other PvP in Blade and Soul is balanced gear, which I vastly prefer. So I'm not quite sure why they went with the unbalanced gear for the battlegrounds. It would have been nice to at least have one battleground that was balanced, as opposed to, Whirlwind. They could have left it with the unbalanced gear. But, oh well, that's what they decided to do. So, yep, it offers... So it looks like it has the Hell Soul Shield and then also a legendary Elder Soul Shield. So maybe there's a regular Soul Shield set there as well. And then the Galaxy weapons. And then, you can get your battle points. Again, I'm not quite sure about these Galaxy weapons. I'm assuming it's just more of a PvP-oriented type legendary weapon. All right, they did add a battleground rotation. Basically, there's a certain time you can do each of the battleground, and you'll get bonus rewards, more or less. If you open up the schedule page here, basically it just shows the alternating schedule. Essentially, it seems to be during prime time each day, and then it alternates between Whirlwind Valley one day and then the new Beluga Lagoon the next day. New legendaries. Okay, so this is the new legendaries available from the Beluga Lagoon, and there is an overview page here. Let me just quickly check if this has the stats. Yeah, I didn't see this here when I was looking here. I mean, it just says it has random set of 2 stats, primary stats, and then secondary stats. So I'm not quite sure where that fits into the gear progression. They didn't give a lot of detail there. And then we come to the pet and account bound item changes. This is a very nice quality of life improvement that is absolutely fantastic. I am going to pull up the page here because this gives some good detail on what has changed. In particular, now they got rid of the pet hunger system. That is awesome. That was just a pain in the butt and just disincentivized you using your pets. In fact, I rarely even pulled out my pets anymore because it was just a pain to feed them. So this is a fantastic change. Just basically completely removed from the game. So no complaints there. Just an excellent change. You don't need to worry about buying pet nip anymore. And in fact, if you have any existing pet nip, you can exchange that in. In fact, let me go ahead and show you here. If I switch back over to the game, let's go ahead and pull up the UI. If you log in and if you had any pet nip sitting around, you pull up your antique manager and you can go to the exchange antiques tab, and you will see here you can exchange your pet nip for soul stones and for frozen stingers. So 8 of them, so you get 2 soul stones per and 1 frozen stinger per. Which is, it's something. At least they're giving you some compensation for having all of these pet nips laying around. I noticed they're also getting rid of the Hongwen Imperial Wine. I think that's because of the mechanics they changed in Sogen's Lament. So those are probably no longer needed. And for these, you can get Heroic Friendship Charms, 1 for 1. So that is a nice little change there. I'm kind of curious to everyone else out there, if you're like me and if you were daily going in and buying your pet nip, because you could get 2 discounted pet nip per day from the Hongmoon store. I'm kind of curious, or from Ncoin as well. But I'm kind of curious if anyone else has a stockpile of pet nip like I do here. You can see I have 24 pages of pet nip sitting around here that I will need to exchange for soul stones and soul stones and frozen stingers. I will maybe I should take a screenshot once I claim all these and see how much I will actually get as far as the soul stones and frozen stingers. So yeah, that is quite amusing. If you have a stockpile of those you've been getting from the just from daily purchasing them, and if you haven't been using your pets that much, you will have quite a stockpile sitting around. Okay, but let's go ahead and go back here to the patch notes, because there was also some changes to a lot of items. You can see a whole list of the items here. All of these items were made account bound instead of character bound. And there are some really key ones in here, like, faction insignias. You can mail those now. That is awesome. And it's only 1 silver per mailing. You can now, what are some other big ones I saw in here? There were, did they do, warrior tokens. You can now do exchange those as well, or mail those to your alts, so you don't have to grind Mushin's Tower. Nice. There were quite a few other ones, Talos insignias, twisted orbs. Really pretty comprehensive list, even freezing orbs. I don't think they did Naryu tablets, though, did they? That would be... Okay, yeah, not Naryu tablets. Those are still character bound. But, pretty much everything, like Black Ram insignias. I'm trying to think, did they also do... I believe they already made Pirate and Siren insignias tradable in a previous patch, so those weren't changed. But Mirage crystals, okay, you can mail those now. There's just all kinds of good changes here. Petals of Lament, pet enhancement stones can be traded now. So very, very nice change. Very welcome change. Very alt friendly. Very good for being able to level up some of your other characters. And not have to worry about regrinding things you've already grinded a lot of. So very, very nice change. Very welcome change. All right, so let's go here into the more detailed patch notes. They do mention the legendary galaxy weapons. We just talked about those from the Beluga Lagoon, new 6v6 battleground. Yep, they got rid of the hunger system, so you don't need pet nip anymore. Here's an interesting one. Attack patterns for the unbound mobs, basically the terrors, in Soulstone Plains have been modified to be more predictable and less punishing for melee classes. Now, this is a very good change. This is something the community has been asking for like forever. I mean, it's always been a large complaint of Melee that it was always much more difficult for them to, farm in SS Plains. And so this is really nice change. I actually don't know the details of the new attack pattern. I would recommend going on Reddit. I did see a post there about this with all the details if you're curious about what the new attack rotation is for the Terrors. But if it's true to what they say here, it should be a lot easier for Melee to farm there, and maybe that'll even help with balancing out Melee to ranged characters. So good stuff. Let's see what else we got here. We've got reduced health and damage for certain mobs in Twisted Grimhorn Wilds. Okay, making the content a little bit easier there. It's not one of the most used zones anyway, so that's, I guess, a nice welcome change. So yeah, it'll be easier for you to complete the quests there in a smaller group. So good change. Fixed an issue where players would sometimes not resurrect correctly in Tower of Infinity and Trial Arena. Always good to see fixes. I didn't ever encounter that myself. Asura brand is no longer applied in Sogan's Lament. Yes, and that's why they got rid of that other item, the wine that would give you the immunity. So another nice change. I think that's a good thing. And they also got rid of the one in Ebon Drake Citadel as well, which I've never been there, but it's nice to see them get rid of these annoying mechanics. I don't even think you could consider these as difficult. They were just annoying, and it's nice to see them gone. I will not be missing them. Increase the number of quests to choose from for the daily challenge. Ah, yes. Let's take a look at this real quick. Let me go back over to the game here. So now when you do your daily challenges, you will see there are actually 6 quests to choose from, although you still only need to do 4. So you only need to complete 4, but now there are 6 to choose from. So that is good. A little bit more variety. If there's 1 or 2 particular ones you don't want to deal with, or you don't want to deal with the PvP one, makes it a little bit easier to complete your daily challenge. So good stuff. Another very nice change. All right. So let's go back here. Now we're getting into the class changes here. Let me bring back up the patch notes. All right. So yeah, we're getting into the class changes here. Let me just say that I'm not going to go through all of these in excruciating detail, but the general theme here is that a lot of the awakening skills have been changed. So it's a pretty big buff, I think, to awakening skills kind of across the board. I don't know if that's true for every class, but it seems to be like they've been trying to smooth out the characters' rotations while they're under, the effects of soul burn. So those awakened skills they seem to have shifted them away from like your F abilities and more towards your main rotations, like your left or right click, or like your 2 for your if you're a Force Master. Although looking here at Assassin, it looks like they still left it on the F. They just increased the damage, but it does look like looks like a pretty solid across the board buff to awakened abilities. But you'll definitely want to check for your class, because a lot of these abilities have been moved. For Summoner, they moved it from your Rose Thorn to your now it's onto your right click, Bees and Sunflower, and they got rid of the twin dragons from Force Master, and they put it onto your Blazing Beam on 2. So yeah, a lot of things moved around. Definitely look up your class to see where your new awakening ability is. And in fact, if your awakening ability did get moved around, I noticed when I first logged in, they refunded your skill points as well. So you will have to respec, which is probably a good idea anyway if your awakened skill got moved around. So that's a good thing, and kind of an indirect buff to Warlocks. Nice little indirect buff there to Warlocks, making them a little more desirable. So now that everyone's awakening skill is a little bit better, and they just buffed Warlocks in the last patch too with the reduced cooldown on Soul Burn. So Warlocks, congratulations, good buffs. Anything else to point out here? I mean, like I said, the main thing is that you will want to take a look at your awakened skills. And yeah, so for Blade Master, they moved it from your left mouse to your right mouse. Destroyer one did not change at all. Just it looks like they increased the damage of it a little bit. Force Master, like I said, they moved it onto your 2. Some nice Force Master changes in there also, making your Inferno now, I think it's after your 1, yeah, your Force Blast 1 stage 3 will now enable Inferno, I believe it's with make an instant cast Inferno after you detonate 5 Ember stack. So nice couple little changes there. I noticed this as well. Looks like they gave a little bit of HP regen to Force Masters as well onto their 2 ability, whether you're going Blazing Beam, Dragon Char, or Ice Rain, you get a 5%. That could be pretty significant because that's a major part of your rotation. Kung Fu Masters, looks like you got a little bit passed over. No major change. Didn't even change your Awakening ability. Wow. It's just a little bit of a buff to Searing Palm and Cyclone Kick. Yes, and then we come to summoners. My apologies and condolences to summoners out there. There was a pretty significant nerf here to your right mouse button abilities. So your Rumblebees and your Sunflower got a pretty significant damage nerf. I want to say it's in the range of 10 to 15%. You know, just right off the top nerf. So it's unfortunate. So my condolences. I know my alt summoner is not going to enjoy this change. And I can't say there's a lot of compensation for it either. It looks like they buffed up Petal Storm, or Petal Storm a little bit to increase the damage a little bit more for Rumblebees, but otherwise not too much there. I think the only buff that would be that they moved your Awakened ability over to the right mouse button. So I was never super impressed with the Awakened Rose Thorns anyway. At least it was nice, but it wasn't nearly as OP as a lot of the other Awakened skills. And I think this change here will kind of smooth it out, make the Awakened abilities feel OP for all classes. And Warlock, yes, very nice. They took it off Awakened Rupture again. I was not a fan of Awakened Rupture, and they put it onto a Bombardment, or Dimensional Volley, which is fantastic. So now it'll just be on your right click, and you're be spamming that like crazy when you're under your own soul burn. Much better than the old Awakened Rupture, in my opinion. So good stuff. Now, here's the one that I was really excited about. Some UI changes here. So they now are going to show equipment upgrade paths in the client. So in the game itself, you will be able to see a actual graphical representation of the upgrade path. This is the kind of thing you used to have to go to like an external website for, and now it's available right in the game, and it even has some nifty features. Which I would like to actually show, because I don't think it does justice here in the patch notes. It really is a particularly nice quality of life improvement. So let's go back over here and pull up the UI, and you can see right here is a new icon down in your character screen under the inventory. Now you can see your equipment upgrade path. And check this out. It's an actual graphical, sort of almost like a flowchart representation of your weapon path, and you can like click and drag it around, so you can see all the way down at the bottom. Here's your level 1 Hong Moon that you got as a wee newbie, and all of the upgrades you went through. It even has like the level 1 and then the level 10 upgrade for each step, and it shows the attack power at each rank. That's awesome. I mean, that's just really well thought out, and it kind of has your Hong Moon level here as well on the left-hand side, kind of where they would expect you to be when you're getting that level of upgrade. You got a little zoom in, zoom out button. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in here just so make it a little bit more readable on the video. But you can zoom in, zoom out. And there's even one other feature here that I thought was really nice. So let's say here I'm in my poor neglected Warlock alt here, who only has Awakened Oathbreaker weapon. So if I go down here, and you can see here my Awakened Oathbreaker has this little icon here. Basically, you could click on it, and you could say, specify starting equipment. And that puts this on there. And then I can go, let's say I want to find out, I want to get this all up to Awakened Breeze, all right? So let's go ahead and click on Awakened Breeze, and then I will set this as my target. Boom. And look what it does. So over here, as soon as you set your, your current and then your target, it's going to basically pull up a diagram, a list of like all of the upgrades you're going to go through and all of the materials you're going to need. That is sweet. That is really, really nice. I mean, that cuts out a lot of like, offline calculations and going to websites and all of that stuff and looking up all the breakthroughs for each step. It really gives you all of the detail that you're going to need. So, yep, I have to go to go to Awaken, I need the Stormbringer Razor, and then I can go to True, and then yep, and then this is the breakthrough piece, and then I can go to, upgrade it to stage 10, and then here is the Awakened Breeze down at the bottom, and then here is the cost. So it's going to take me 43 gold and, all of these materials. Now, that said, I wonder if it... Okay, yeah, okay, so down here, and then it shows path 2. I was just going to ask if they also show what it needs if you take the alternate path. So... if you take the alternate path, yeah, this is what is going to be required. Nice. This is if you go through the chromatic razor method. So this is when you're going to need the faction pieces and the refining stones. All right. And just for shits and giggles, let's just go up here to the top and say, yeah, I want full Seraph here. Whoops. I did not mean to just click that. Let's go here and make this my target. Let's see if I want to do like max out this weapon on this. Holy crap, look at that, all I'd have to go through. Here is the materials you need. It's 400 gold, 122 Naryu tablets, 5 Tyken skins, but I mean, you just need absurd amounts of 400 plus 438 moonstones, 1,300. I mean, it's just insane the materials you need. Holy crap, 90 honorary ornaments. And then 10 flowers of lament. So yeah, you can see the absurd requirements that you need, but this is awesome. I mean, this gives you the goal, right? You can work towards this goal, and it's all visible right in the UI. This is freaking fantastic. Absolutely amazing addition. And you can see here there's also other tabs. So you can do it for their necklaces, earrings, rings, everything. Even has your soul in here too. Okay, so there you go. Weapons is the most complex, obviously, but this is just a fantastic feature. I so many thumbs up for this feature. I can't stop talking about it. It is amazing. I really wish more games would do this and put a lot of the things that you always have to go to external websites for, a lot of that information, they should be brought into the game and made accessible. All right, enough gushing about that feature, but I thought that was amazing. It's just like one little patch note here in the patch notes, but it really is a fantastic feature. They did up the camera distance maximum, so you can zoom out a little bit more. Kind of cool. I know people do like to zoom out in some cases, so that's a nice addition. So they started PvP Season 6. Reduce the cost for Hongmoon skills and related items available in the Zen Bean Trader. Okay. Battleground rotation is available here. You can click there to see the schedule. Basically, like I said, it's alternating. So Beluga Lagoon, that's a tongue twister there. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, and then Whirlwind is on the alternating days. Enemies in Soulstone Plains will now drop chests containing moonstones at certain times on Saturday and Sunday. Now, okay, a few more things here. There is one patch note I do have a issue with. I thought was a fairly poor change, which I'll make note of here shortly. But so legendary soul shears are now available with the new reinforcement system. and legendary Elder Soul Shields are available from the Battleground Trader with for Storm Fragments. We'll go ahead and take a look at that Battleground Trader right after we're done here. It's pretty short patch notes, so I do want to take a look at what the vendor has to offer, and then also take a look at the Halloween event, which has a few nifty rewards. All right, so the Hell Soul Shields are now available as well. We already talked about that. Only Soul Shield primers. This tiny little patch note right here. This is actually kind of a terrible change in my opinion. I mean, they made it so now you can only use primers to be fused into other Soul Shields, whereas it used to be the case where you could fuse like a weaker Soul Shield into a more powerful one. And this is I gotta say, this is a little bit of a downside of a change. I mean, even on my alts, I knew I would use like the really cheap like Northern Critical Soul Shields to fuse in. You know, if I'm just leveling up some Soul Shields, I don't want to use super expensive primers on them, you know, on an alt or something, and on Soul Shield I'm not going to be using that long. I just like to use really cheap like a Northern Critical, and now you can't do that. So to me, this is a step in the wrong direction after all of these nice changes they're making to make it, you know, to make this game more alt friendly, which it does need. And in fact, it is actually becoming a much more alt friendly game. But this is a little bit of a step back. I mean, they've made a lot of steps forward, but this one's a little bit of a step back where now you can only use super expensive primers to fuse into your Soul Shields as opposed to a lot of the other cheaper options that were available. So, not a fan of that change at all. All right, so a large amount of items have been made account bound. We went through that list. Various Soul Shield sets and breakthrough weapons are now distributed as reward through Story Quest. I thought they did that previously already, but yeah, that's nice. They're just smoothing out the leveling process where you'll not have to do as much grinding. I mean, who wants to grind for a low level upgrade that you're going to out level, you know, in a few hours anyway? It's kind of pointless. So that's a nice change. And remove the cost for unsocketing gems. Cool. Nice little change. So overall, not a super large content patch, but like I said, just some really nice quality of life changes. Really only the new content in the patch is the Beluga Lagoon battleground, but the rest is just some really nice quality of life changes. All right, and now let's take a look at the Blade and Ghoul event. This event actually seemed a little bit more complicated. Maybe it's just me, but it seemed a little more complicated because you have to go through the whole transfusion thing instead of just like the previous events where it's just you just get a currency, you just open up your Dragon Express and you buy what you want. Pretty simple. This one is a little bit more complicated. Basically what it sounds like it boils down to is you collect these creepy candies and you basically get them from just running a lot of your standard dungeons that you've been running. You can see them here, even some low level ones like Blackrum Narrows, you can get them from there. And some of the higher level ones, Desolate Tomb, Awakened Necropolis, you can get 5 from there. Seems like a decent. I was kind of surprised Cold Storage isn't on here. They got Heaven's Mandate on here. And Bloodshade Harbor. So still some of the 45 dungeons are there. So there are some options for lower level characters to grind out this event. And what you can get is some nice costumes. I do want to take a look at these, and I'll show you where you can actually purchase these. Again, it's a little bit weird. They're not in the Dragon Express, so you actually have to go to a vendor to see these, which I will show you where they are. They actually say where they are. Here they are. There's 4 vendors. One is in Foshi Pyres, which I think is probably just the easiest one to find, so I'll probably head there. But, so here are the outfits. You collect those candies just by doing your normal dungeons. And then you have to transmute those candies into jack-o'-lanterns. And then you can redeem the jack-o'-lanterns for the actual prizes. So it takes 5 of the candies to make 1 jack-o'-lantern. And you can see here to get the costume, you're going to take 80 jack-o'-lanterns. That is a hell of a lot of dungeon runs. I mean, if you're looking like Awakened Necropolis, you get 5 per. And it takes 5 candies to make 1 jack-o'-lantern, and it takes 80 of those. That's 80 runs. So basically you get 80 runs of Necropolis to get that costume. So I'm thinking even for me that's a little bit too much of a grind, so I may just pass on this particular costume. So that's pretty much it for the event as far as how it works. But I do want to switch back over to the game here. Let's close out and take a look at the rewards. Go to the vendor itself and actually preview what they look like in game. First thing, let's head over here to the Battleground Trader and see what the new 6v6 items and legendary weapons are here. So here is the Galaxy weapon chest. Unfortunately, it doesn't show the weapon itself, so I can't see the stats. And no, I can't purchase it. But it does take 40 Galaxy fragments. Wow. Is that 50? Yeah. Honorary ornaments and then 180 frozen stingers. Galaxy fragments. Looks like they take 250 battle points. Fair amount of grind. Not absurd amount of grind, but it's kind of expensive with that many honorary ornaments too, honestly. So yeah, quite a bit of grind. I mean, maybe not as much as the other legendary weapons, but still a fair amount of grind involved there. Let's go over here. So here are the soul shields. Again, they are in a box, so I can't see the stats. But here are these, and these all take between 5 and 30. The number 8 one takes 60. That's quite a bit. But some of these lower ones, you can actually build at least a partial set without very much farming at all, actually. Ooh, some of these, do these require rating? Oh, achievement, 10 wins. Okay, not too bad. I don't know what this one takes. 100 wins. Wow. Okay, so yeah, if you want the full set, you're going to be preparing to grind. You can get a partial set pretty easily, but getting that last piece is going to be a grind. Let's take a look at these, the actual hell pieces. Again, unfortunately, they're sealed, so I cannot see what the stats are. Again, I'm just kind of assuming they're more like PvP focused, like maybe they'll have crit defense on there, things like that, to actually help in the PvP side. But they're just 1 bravery and 1,000 battle points. Not super expensive. Maybe this would be nice if they do have some good PvP stats. It might be like a good starter PvP set, soul shield set to get to start getting into the battleground and actually being able to do a little bit better, not getting one shot all the time, like what happens to me with my crappy gear. So that is the new PvP gear and the legendaries from the new Beluga Lagoon. And let's take a look at now the Halloween event. Now, I did notice here when I was looking in the daily challenge rewards, they do actually have you can get a bonus of the candies from some of the daily events as well here. So if you do those, you help reduce the grind a little bit. But the vendor that you need to go to, oh yeah, and once you do those candies, you got to go into your transmute, and you can see here the jack-o'-lanterns. You got to put in your 5 candies to get a jack-o'-lantern and go through that whole process. Then you got to take your jack-o'-lanterns over to the vendor, which I'm going to go to the one here in Foshi Pyres. And we'll take a look at the costumes and see how they look. And while I'm thinking about this here, just a quick reminder to everyone out there: the Daily Dash event that's been going on for several months now is about to come to an end. They did extend it. It was supposed to end with the patch, but they did extend it a couple days, which is nice. And that will be ending here shortly, so try to get your spins in here as much as you can. And I should be able to get one more. We have one more day of spins, and I should be able to get one more of the tokens of devotion. And I'm actually kind of curious how did everyone do on their tokens of devotion? I'm actually pretty happy. I do have a premium account. Oops, devotion. But how many did I get here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I got 10, 11, and I'll get one more. So 12. 12 tokens of devotion throughout the entirety of the several month-long daily dash. I did at this particular character. I did get a little bit lucky by hitting some of those premium squares. But it actually turned out to be a very nice way of doing the daily dash. I like that they improved it, and I like that it kind of increases the value of the premium membership, which was I think kind of needed to be done, just to make it more desirable. The rewards were not always that great. I mean, outside of the dressing room, there's not really that many reasons to do it. Where is the... So yeah, with 12 of the stones, I mean, I could get the flawless sparkling hexagonal. I could get 4 of these. Or I could get on like my main and a couple of alts, or a couple of the flawless peridots as well. So I'm not complaining. I think that's a pretty good reward for the daily dash. Certainly a big improvement over the previous daily dashes. So who is it? I think this is the person. Yep, she's got the pumpkin on her head. So this is the vendor for the Halloween event. Let's go and take a look. And here is the outfit. It is the spellcaster outfit. Actually, that's a pretty nice looking outfit. That is pretty cool looking. It's got quite a bit of detail. I mean, you got a lot of dangly bits hanging off here with... you got the pumpkin kind of tail in the back here. But all kinds of... I mean, it's very detailed. They got the embroidery going on. You got like bows tied across. You've got kind of lace with the orange color here. So yeah, very nice. I like the outfit look. Let's go ahead and quickly look at some of the other races here. How it looks on the Gon. Looks pretty similar on the Lin. Also, yeah, looking very good on the Lin as well. And the Yoon. So yeah, pretty nice. Now, I think I'm going to take off my accessory here. I think to be able to preview on the male characters, I need to not have that on. Yes, thank you to a commenter who replied in my last Blade and Soul video on the proper way to make it so you can actually preview both male and female in the preview window here. You have to not be wearing a female only either head adornment or a hairpiece, whatever. But this is what it looks like on the males. Also pretty good looking. I do like this on the males. Again, very nice level of detail. Like, a lot of work was done, you can tell, on the modeling. It's not just some reskin or some recolor, you know. This is actually really well done. So there it is. Let's also go ahead and add on the hat, which is a pretty fantastic looking witch hat. That looks pretty awesome. Yeah, it looks pretty... That's huge on the Lin. But it looks good. Looks good. Matches the costume perfectly. On the males, yep, looks same thing on the males. Exact same hat. Of course, I can't preview the weapons for you in-game, but you did see the graphic on the website. The weapon skins are only 25, so if you're looking for a weapon skin, that might not be too bad of a grind. That might be a better target than trying to get all the way to the outfit if you don't want to go through the dungeon grind. They also do have the Witch O-Lantern, and then the Jack O-Lantern. The Witch O-Lantern is basically as the hat and the Jack O-Lantern on there if you're at all interested in that. There they are. Those are pretty cheap, only 15. And then you've got your Elements of Hamu, Naryu tablets, and your other standard rewards here that you can get. What is this? Special fireworks for 1. Launches a ghostly white firework. Okay. Kind of cool. If you just got like a couple extra at the end of the event, you know, go ahead and buy some fireworks. So that is the rewards from the event, guys. I would say this event does look a little bit more grindy. The only upside, I think, is that, I mean, basically you're just going to be doing the same dungeons anyway, and you'll just be getting candies, you know, as you're going through your normal grind. So it's okay from that standpoint. I just think it is a little bit with the whole transmute on there, and that it takes 5 of the candies to be transmuted into jack-o'-lantern. Then you need 80 of the jack-o'-lanterns. That's just a lot of farming to be able to get to the final reward. But, you know, if you want that outfit, maybe it's worth it for you. It is definitely a nice-looking outfit. Can't argue with that. Now, before I sign out here, I do want to take a look at the store, cash shop here, and see what has been added. Now, a lot of these things were actually added a few days ago. Actually, I think last Friday they were added into the store. But they do go along with the Halloween theme. And so they did add in the skeleton costume. Let's go ahead and take a look at this here as well. Shoot, I just put it back on. Let's take that off again. Let's take a look at this one here. Again, a lot of detail was put into this one. I'm not a huge fan of the whole skeleton taped on or pasted onto the outfit. The underneath outfit actually looks really cool. If you took like the skeleton bones off, I think that'd make a really cool, really sleek looking outfit. I think just the big skeleton bones hanging off the side makes it look kind of bulky and weird. Looks pretty similar on those. It even looks pretty similar on the Lins and on the Yoon. So yeah, no big change there between the different races. See, look on the males. Even on the males, looks almost exactly the same as well. Digging the cape on the males. That looks really cool. But you could tell you could tell they put a lot of detail into it. They got like little danglies here on the side of the legs. They got all kinds of tassels hanging off the back. So yeah, a lot of work went into these outfits. Oh, what else we got here? These weren't. Okay, so you also get the helmet, but so there's also an adornment. And if you buy this, you also they give you like a bonus some of the candies. So if you buy one of these outfits, you actually get a little boost in your farming for the event itself if you want to get one of the event rewards. That's a nice little bonus. But there is the full outfit with the adornments and the helmet. I mean, it looks it's definitely in the theme of Halloween. I mean, I can't argue that. I don't know if you'd ever wear that like outside of like Halloween, like a normal outfit. It just looks a little bit odd to be running around in that all the time. But hey, to each his own. If you like it, go for it. They did add this creeper set, so this is actually a cat outfit. I don't think I can, I can't preview these on this character, unfortunately. But this one actually looks pretty cool. I've seen it in-game on some other Summoner's Pets. It is a nice-looking theme to it. It kind of goes right along with the Graveheart set, I think. It has the same style to it. Another outfit they added this last week. This one I really like. I like this one even better than the event outfit. I've seen a lot of people running around in this. Yeah, Crimson Butterfly. This is a really good-looking cash shop outfit. So if you want to pick this up, definitely pick it up before it is gone. I'm sure when the Halloween event is over, these will probably be leaving the store as well. I like also that this one actually looks quite a bit different on each character. You can see the kind of have a knee-high boot on the Jin. The Gon have the thigh-high with the garter strap. Okay, so yep, that's I'd say typical for Gon. But Lin, no leggings there, but different style here. Kind of the cool see-through section on the arms looks kind of cool. And of course the Yoon have the more elegant looking one. But this costume is really well done. I like it a lot. Let's take a look at the males. Yeah, even the males, almost what it looks like kind of a vampire type outfit, kind of like a butler. Vampire butler outfit with kind of a nice cape, some fur. I like the... What the heck? What? Whoa, this is the male Lin note. The male Lin is wearing the thigh highs. Okay, I think they might have like confused the female and the male Lin costume in this one. Oh boy. Yeah. So if you're looking to make your male Lin into a trap character, you got this outfit going for you. All right. So enough of that. Some cool outfits there added. They added some kind of goofy looking headpieces here. You've got your axe in the head. You've got your rainbow fro. These spiffy shades look kind of nice. I could definitely see these fitting into some costumes. So I think some of the swimwear actually from the summer would actually go well with these. I'll have to see if they fit into any of my characters. You've got a ridiculous monkey mask. I don't know why anyone would pay for that, but there it is. The devil horns look kind of cool. These could be combined with a lot of different outfits, I think, because they're kind of a red color. There's definitely a lot of red themed outfits that these horns would actually probably look good with. And yeah, Nevermore, they added these back in the last costume rotation. These have been in the game for a while now. But these, again, another nice looking outfit. And these are part of the rotation, so these might be disappearing as well. And you've got your ridiculous practice dummy outfit. I guess it's more supposed to be like the Tin Man, like a bronze version of the Tin Man here. So those are the addition to the cash shop. I don't see any other major things. They do have this legendary gem hammer package if you're looking for it. Ooh, you do get 65 candies along with this one as well. So that's kind of cool. A lot of these you seem to be getting, although those they were added before. Does this one come with candies? Yeah, this one comes with the candies. How about the cat set? Yeah, they did have the candies. So some of these packages do come with candies to help you with your grind for the Halloween event. Let's see if these are all available for Hong Moon coins. Looks like most of them. I don't see... Oh, yeah, there's the cat set. Yeah, I mean, it looks like pretty much all of them are here for Hong Moon coin as well. All right. So there you go. That is the Halloween event, the Blade and Ghoul Halloween event, and the Beluga Lagoon patch. Hopefully this was informative. Lets you know what you can get from this event. Overall, I'd say pretty big thumbs up on the quality of life improvements in the patch. The Halloween event seems fun enough. I think it's a little bit high on the grindy side, but you know, I mean, hey, it's fun. If you want to get the free costumes, go for it. I actually think the Cash Shop costume is the best one here. This Crimson Butterfly. I think this is by far and away the best looking outfit as part of the Halloween season. But I'm also very curious to see what's going to happen once this daily dash expires here. Are they going to start up a new one? I mean, I was really happy with this. I have to admit, the rewards were excellent. I like how they did the tokens of devotion, how they added some value for the premium, membership. Even for the free, even if you're a free person, you still can get these tokens of devotion, and I think the rewards were really good. The fact that you kind of choose the reward you want, so you need to go for the crystal, you can go for the Tyken skin, you can go for the outfit. I think that was really a good way to do the daily dash. So hopefully they will continue on this trend with future daily dashes, and this one's going to be ending in just another day here. So there it is, everyone. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you did enjoy and found it informative. But that is all. Bye for now.